Yo, 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 what's up, YouTube streets? It's Ghetto Child here with coming to you, bringing this ghetto clinic to you. Come get a dose of this medicine. I got my girl, Sister Soul, on the panel with me, my co-host for today.
Thanks so much for
Welcome,
having me,
Sister Soul.
brother. Yes, appreciate you.
Yes. So we're gonna play a little intro. I'd like to thank Sister Amazon for this intro. She's fire with it. Y'all go check her out if y'all haven't. All right, welcome guys. Welcome, welcome. Like I said, this is my first live stream in open panel. Once again, my co-host is Sister Soul, man. Today is we're gonna be going over part two, where we left off from Sister Soul's channel. Part two of Mitchell School Atlas by Samuel Augustus Mitchell. I'm gonna take you back to a little 1984 social studies and geography.
Let's get it.
All right, so where we left off last time, we was getting into the different governments around the world, and we left off right here, Sister Soul, with what's a democratic government, or what states have democratic governments in the United States, Texas, Mexico, and all the Spanish American states. And when we last was talking, we was pointing out that Texas was listed there as its own separate country.
That's right.
You
And
know, it
separate
wasn't
from the United States, bro, which is crazy. And then saying that the Spanish American states, so it was the Spanish American, which is separate also from the United States, and then Texas, and then Mexico. Like what?
exactly. So, I mean, what lands was still in 1844? Florida was still under Spanish control.
Mm. Oh, what it have to do with that map, bro? The map you had you pulled up as well that was showing like the Russian this and that. So with the Russian, would those be the United States maybe, and then the American states would be what we are in the states now.
Oh,
And then where it says all the Spanish American states. So that would be they're saying it was Spanish. They called it Spanish states, but who's to say if it was the Spanish states? So are they talking about this is the were the Spanish states, or could they be talking about the Russia America and the Asia America were the Spanish states because they were more on the border of Mexico? That's something to question as well.
yeah, that's deep. And they is definitely saying states. So
Yep.
more than one.
Yep.
Yes,
More than one.
that's something more we're gonna have to look into.
Definitely.
All
So
right.
thinking about that with the Mexico, Texaco, and that's crazy because it's a Texarkana where Texas and Arkansas. In between Texas and Arkansas, it's a small state called Texarkana. So that shows, that
Yeah,
also makes me think about the blending of these states, right, bro? Because that's kind of like the same thing. Dang, I wish we could do like a double screen and pull a map up while we talking about this, because
I
that
know.
map that map definitely shows. We can get into, we're gonna show that a little later then, bro, because we're gonna definitely have to pull that up to look at that when we remember this part right here.
Exactly. I almost want to just go because I can pull it up quick in the search, but
You want to pull it up
it's
and then we
okay.
can get back to this? Whatever you want to do, I'm down with it, because that's definitely something we could check out real quick, because that will only make sense because it was the United States. So I'm assuming the name came from, they united these states together. So which one of these states y'all incorporated as the United States that were together? Then they had the Texas, then they had the Mexico, then they had the American Spanish. So we just have to figure out, so which ones was the American Spanish? So there's North America, South America.
Yeah, it should. I thought it would. It could possibly just pull up, just maps for us. But of course, it doesn't want to do that. It never does when you're just needing it to.
Of course. That would be too much like cooperation.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
Can't have too much of that on YouTube. Hmm. Yeah, because I'm thinking now, so okay, so all those states would be considered the northern states, right? So
Hmm.
Mexico and Texas is southern. It's southern, would be southern, right? Compared to what we look at the map at, because the north is up and then supposedly, which is a lie, but either way, I'm not gonna get into that. The the south is down. So Texas and Mexico are like on the lower part. So that's the southern states, right? So that
Yes.
said the United States, it said Mexico and Texas, and then it said the Spanish states. So the Spanish states would have to be somewhere else, maybe somewhere up, over. So if it was the, okay, so I'm just trying to picture since we can't pull it up real quick. So we're looking at Mexico, in Texas. So they're right here. Here's Texas. Here's Mexico. Then we're looking at, that's, so that's north, south, east. That's east. That's the eastern side, or that's more to the east of the United States that we know today. So then, if that's
Okay.
over there, what you was gonna say something about that, bro? Something coming to your mind?
No, 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 no. I was agreeing with you. Sorry.
Oh, yep. No, no, you good. I just wanted to make sure. So, okay, so that's their area, right? So then that's the eastern part. So then it said, what did it say? It said United States. It said the Spanish states. So the Spanish states has to be either like a south. I would think it's maybe like a southern, not quite all the way south, maybe southwest, right?
Did you have a map pulled up?
Let me try to put, yeah, let me try and find my map, bro. I'm sorry. I could at least try to help you, right? That would have been good. Let me see. I was trying to put it up earlier, and for some reason I could not find the one I was trying to pull up, but I possibly can get to another map real quick. Let me see. To this window. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, but I know if I'm not mistaken, I think um Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and all of that might have been a part of the Spanish Americas.
Oh, so okay, because it's in Mexico would be
Yes,
obviously that's and
and
then
I
so
know when
Texas would be, but it's saying separate, bro. Hold on, this is what we're trying to distinguish. Remember, because damn, what is it? It said United States, it said Texas, and it said Mexico, and then it said the Spanish Americans. So Mexico was not included in that Spanish America, so it couldn't have been saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it wouldn't have had it separate, just like how we see that the Texas was separate. You know what I'm saying? If I'm saying it right.
okay, yeah, oh my goodness, I can't find this map. It was just right here, but yeah, let me just go back
Looking,
to where
I'm
we
trying to see
was.
why my pictures are not coming up. Let me go to my
Yeah,
email
the
and see
computer's
what
been
it
acting funny, like when you go live,
is. Yeah. That's what I
trying to
noticed.
stop the truth from coming out.
That's what I'm noticing. And this happening on a lot of platforms is what I'm hearing. I was thinking it was like, oh yeah, they messing with me. I was feeling like, oh, it's me. It's like, shoot, girl, please, you ain't nobody special shit. This everybody. They just doing all kind of stuff
Mm-hmm.
recently, and it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up in another area, brother. Hold on one second here. I should have kept doing this earlier. Let me see. Open my reading list. Let me see if I can find it in here. Okay.
Okay, well, while we waiting, I was trying to
You
see if
want to read a little more, brother, and then by then maybe I can pull it up by the time you get to the next passage.
yeah. So I found this page that talks about America. So
Hmm.
since we trying to figure out what's the difference in Spanish America, Texas, I figured this might be a good place to start.
Okay, let's get it.
How's that coming up on your as far as size? Let me see if I can make it bigger.
It looks good. It looks pretty good.
Okay. They showing you a picture of the landing of Columbus supposedly.
Mhm.
So what he's supposed to do, came off the boat and placed planted across on the beach, and
Mm.
and and the people just looked with amazement.
Look, but hold on. You think homeboy right there? He holding his shoulder like, hey, I'm great. Like, what's going on here? That damn story. I've
Yeah, that's
heard these
funny.
stories though about people talking about Columbus landing, but like, who could believe that this man just landed? Like, and these people were
Yeah.
welcoming him, and that other guy, what's his name, John something. They come from, oh yeah, and he just married Pocahontas, and I'm like, I know they did a
Oh,
lot of
John
mixing and mingling, but
Smith.
I can't see them. John Smith, yeah, thank you, John
Hmm.
Smith. So he just really just like married, like I'm confused, like.
Well, we know one thing for sure. He wasn't looking for no place called India to, for them to say that's what he meant when he said Los Indios.
Exactly. Could not have meant that. Talking about just dark. So I'm thinking like what they call, did they always say all dark people, because of Indio or Indy, what was
Hmm.
that something you know what I'm saying? Just people of color, they just call people of color. That's possible.
That's, yes, indeedy.
Let me see.
Yes, indeedy. So
You know?
it says it's just giving a description of America. It's an extensive continent comprising one of the grand divisions of the globe. It contains about 3/10 of the dry land on the surface of the earth and is washed on all sides by vast oceans. Its climates is various, embracing that of every zone, the torrid, the temperate, on both sides of the equator, and part of the frigid. It is said to be colder generally than in places in the same latitude in other parts of the world. This continent is distinguished for the variety and richness of its vegetable productions, the number of its mines of gold, silver, and precious stones, and for the freedom of its political institutions. The inhabitants amount to about 46.5 million, of whom 20 million are whites, 10 millions of Indians, 8 million of Negroes, and 8.5 million of the mixed races. So I'm gonna stop right there to get your thoughts on just that.
That's pretty
I
deep.
mean, uh,
The inhabitants amount to about 46.5 million. Half of those are white, is what they say.
in
10 million are
1844.
Indians in 1844, and 8 million of Negroes, 8.5 million of mixed race. Now, here this comes up again. Now, yesterday I was on Chief Cali panel with this brother was at doing a build about Indians versus Atals or something of the sort. Now, when going over that, he kept saying that, yo, we're Indians, and everybody was saying, well, Indians is really the Native Americans. This came through that. We were going through, he kept bringing up different definitions, so on and so forth. But I'm like, but brother, when you look at Indian and where it comes from, the word is a Latin word, and it came about in the 1700s. It said right there in the description. So if it's a Latin word that came about in the 1700s, that means that's a word that they create. That's not anything that our people would have been calling themselves. So then it was also saying how they moved all of the Choctaw Indians out of the area, out of this area, and they moved them here. And it was talking about a lot of things, and they kept saying the same thing. It was saying the Indians, the whites and the Negroes, the whites and the Negroes and the Indians. And I'm like, so if we were the Indians, who were the Negroes? You know what I'm saying? So this is confusing me. Now here we come to this again, and it's saying the same thing. It said Indians, 10 million of Indians, and 8 million of Negroes. So if Negroes, if your birth certificate goes back, if you can trace your birth certificate, and it goes back to say if it has Negro on it, when your parents or your grandparents, then that proves that you're an Indian or you're an Aboriginal, or whatever the case may be. So if that's the case, why is this separate even here where it's saying Indians and then it says the Negro? Why is it separating the Indians and the Negroes? Was this the separation during this time? Because now here it is, the 1800s is the same time period in the document that I was reading, and it was saying the same thing. It was talking about the Indians, the whites, and the Negroes.
yeah, I'm trying to think. Is was this before or after the paper bag testing?
It was 18. I think it said 1864. So I'm not really sure. No, no, no. I'm lying. It was like 1800, around the time of 1800 time.
So that
And it
could be
said,
because they know it's a they because they separated even by the mix. So this mixed race is that what they trying to say, mulattoes?
right. So you saying the mulattoes, the Indians were the mulattoes.
No, I'm saying down here where it said another 8.5 millions of mixed races.
Right. That would be the mulattoes. That would be the mulattoes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. When I just look at it, I think they playing games and they separated the colors or something, but I just see it as it was 18 million, maybe
Mm,
26 with that other 8 of the mixed races.
mm. Now this said, let me read you something from that document real quick. I ain't gonna,
Okay.
I want you to just keep that up, obviously, but I want to read this real quick. It says today immigration is taking place in two respects to other countries in Mississippi. Besides the Choctaw agency area and to other states, the former take place largely on the resources of the Indian himself, while the latter is accomplished through the assistance of the government in the relocation program. Current migration is selective of the Indians 25 years old and older over both male and female. At the present, there are only 10 high school graduates living in the agency area, yet there are at least 10 Mississippi Indians graduating from the Indian high school in other states each year. During the school year 1950, and it said 25-year-olds graduating, okay. 1956 to 57, there were 49 students in the 11th and 12th grade of Oklahoma in the Kansas high schools. In all probability, a similar pattern of migration will be followed in the immediate future, perhaps even to a greater extent. The government-sponsored relocation program will likely become more effective. The number of high school and college graduates from the area is increasing. Opportunities for employment in the agency are area are not increasing. The migrate is the only alternative. And it says the future. If there is no migration, the population will be growing at a much more rapid rate than has been indicated by the census figures for the past 3 decades. The average number of births per year from 1949 through 1953 was 94, in contrast to an average of 26 deaths per year for the same period. Now, this is just
Wow.
talking about all of them. It said the number of Indians that were removed from the Indian Territory in 1831 to 1903. Number removed was 3,031, and 32, 7,000, 33, 6,000, and 38, 177, 45, 1,182, 46, 1,167, and like it just lists all of these Choctaw Indians they removed from the territory.
You say 1831?
1831, 1832, 33, 38, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 52, 54, and 1903.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I got a map.
And then it says, look, not until 50 years later in 93, when the tribal land was allocated in the Indian Territory, you go to Indian Territory, that the Indians in any great numbers again migrate to the west. Although 1,639 Indians were placed on the Choctaw tribal roll and made eligible for participation in the division of the land, it is probable that not more than half that number remained in Oklahoma. The census of the Indians in Mississippi in 1910 indicates a decrease of 950 during the intercensal period. So they just was like, getting everybody, getting them all out of there, moving them, moving them, moving them.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I found this map, but I thought it would show big, but of course it won't unless I download it. Uh, yeah, let me just go back.
Peace, Didi. Oh, that one at the bottom. Oh no, that looked like one of them. Oh yeah, while you doing, I'm gonna still keep looking too, bro. That's what I was doing while you was
Okay.
doing that. I
Um,
stopped. Yep, I'm looking too. I think I'm about to find one too.
but I can see that it say that seated in Mexico in 1848, California, Nevada, Colorado, Arizona, and parts of New Mexico. Oh, Utah and parts of Colorado, and then the rest of that say Texas Annex 1845. and ceded by Spain. It just got Florida all the way to New Orleans, and that was in 1819. So even in 1844, that was already gone. So what is he? So he got to be just talking about those states then,
Oh,
because
I think I got it, bro.
Washington. Okay, you got it.
I think I do. Let's check it out. I'm about to share. When you get move yours, just pull it up so you can
Okay,
check it out. I think this might be it. Where we could see the shit it was just talking about.
okay.
Went right to it. There we go. Say less. Look at that, bro. South America. You see the United States up there, what it said, just what it said, right? You see it? Let
Yeah,
me
can you
zoom in
make it
up
a
here
little bit
first.
bigger?
This
Yeah.
is North America. Okay. See this? Okay, right here.
Uh,
Look, right here. Here go, United States. You see this here? Here go Mexico. This is
mm-hmm.
what California, right? All this is like California. And then it say Mexico, you right, and it say Spain. Maybe you're saying something about Spain, but the other thing says
Yeah.
Spanish Mexico. So boom, let's go back out. I'm
It
finna
says
go in
Spanish
here. Now look here,
Americas.
and here goes South America, and look what he was. Mm-hmm. Spanish Indians. Look, Spanish Indians. What that say?
Hmm.
South America is contained from 10 to 14 millions of uninhabited to 6 millions a square mile. Cheap the Indians have civilized.
Wow.
This is crazy. Look at this. See? It's all right
That's
here. Right?
crazy.
Oh, I remember seeing that. Look at that. Look at that, bro. Look at that. Come on, man. Don't start acting
Hey,
stupid.
you
And
see
then look
that?
at this.
Wait,
Look
on
at
your
this.
map it said that
Now, what they say?
Australia
Do
was New
you see,
Holland.
bro? Go ahead,
No, I saw on
bro.
and
All
where
these native
Australia was
cities,
at.
right? Where,
Yeah.
where, where you see that? I could zoom in. It was it down at the bottom?
Go yeah, the bottom right corner.
Okay, right here. Okay, hold on a second. Look at that. Australia, New Holland. And look, and it say unexplored. New Holland. Here go New Guinea, Polynesia,
So if
and
they
this says
using New Guinea,
Siberia, North. Bro, go ahead.
oh no, I
I
was
hear you, bro.
saying.
What you
So
say?
if that's saying New Guinea again, is that saying Dutch again? Like the Dutch
I
control?
don't
Because
know,
did
cause
they
look right
name
here.
all the
It
places
says
Guinea?
right. It say right up here,
Okay.
North America too. Right here, you see this, right? It say North America by the
Mm-hmm.
Foxlands. Mm-hmm. And it's Polynesia right here. And here goes Japan. This right by North America. All the same thing. And then here, right here, do you see anything on this damn place that say Africa? Right here, this one thing going across Africa, right? This is put here, but really, you see it is blocked. It's like it's sectioned off. How are they saying this is a app? This is all Africa when this say this is Ethiopia, and this is saying this is the Sahara Desert. Here go the Red Sea over here. Here go what does it say? What does it say? Arabia. It says this is Arabia here. Can you see? Yeah, you can see it now. This is
Mm-hmm.
Nubia. Here go Nubia. This say Negro and what is that? Negro and Moors. Look, bro, it say Negro and Moors. Right here by Sudan. Right here. Negro and Moors. So
Oh,
it's
it
Negro.
do.
Negro and Moors, bro. You see that? Hold on. We gotta hold on. I gotta dive deeper on some of this. I don't think I looked at
So
this. Hold on.
now, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Look, go back to it. Hold on, I'm gonna go back.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No, 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 no. I'm going back to what I was reading. What did it say? 20 million Indians and 8 million Negroes. So
Mm-hmm.
are they? Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh.
Are they?
What it said, that part, what it said.
Because we talking about 1844.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Can you see a year on your map? But that is wild.
This map is like 15 something, bro, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Or 17. Wait, let me see. I gotta go back to look. Look, but I believe, is it on here? It should be on this map somewhere. Let me see if it's on here, what year it is. Dang, I don't see it on here actually. It used to be on the map. It might be at the top. Nope, it's not on here. I gotta go back. I'll go back in a second and look. But yeah, this is before that though. I know
No,
it's before that time.
you know what else I
Look, and this
noticed
say
on
right
that
here.
on
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say how big Ethiopia is. I got another map that shows that this whole land to the west coast was all no, was Sudan above Ethiopia. And now they just put them in little countries on this east coast on today's maps. But I got a map up in this book as well that shows that whole where that Sahara Desert and below all the way to the west coast. I mean, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
all was Sudan. And then where your white box is that say Ethiopia, that's where Ethiopia started. If you go down a little bit. What's crazy is how they got all this information about Africa, which they didn't even colonize until the 1800s.
And how
But they
and
showed.
you it was crazy to me is you see how they got all of the Indian information though, bro. That's what's tripping me out. Look,
Hmm.
Indian, Spaniards, the here up here. This is what I'm gonna show you up here. Hold on, where is that? It says, wait. It said Chippewa. Look, Chippewayan Indians. It said Chippewayan Indians over here in the British territory. It say Chippewayan Indians, and it says over here all this in the so-called British territory. It say right here
What
in India and Spaniards, Indians and Spaniards.
the
You
dark
said what, bro?
shaded part, the dark shaded part of America, what is that saying?
Right, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right here, it
Yes.
says U.S. territory. It says states. It says Star Indians. It says Star Indians. Hold on, let me zoom in on it. No, it says Sioux Indians. I'm sorry. It said U.S. territory. This say Sioux Indians. It said this is all the Sioux Indians. This say Indians and Spaniards. And this one up here, it says Chippewa Indians right here. This one says Nightin Locks Indians, whatever that is. Nightin Locks Indians. Damn, never even heard of that. Over
Like,
here
look
it
what it say above
says
Florida.
this is
Americans.
green about. Okay, hold on a second. That's right
Region. Oh
here.
yeah.
It said
Go to above Florida.
where's
You
Florida? I'm
got the
sorry. Is this Florida? No, this is Florida. No, this Mexico.
where
Florida
that
is over
cross
here
is
somewhere, right?
where that
Like
cross is on the
here,
United States.
right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
It said
I
American
couldn't see your mouse.
Europeans and 1.5 million African slaves. What the heck? It said population 10 million. American Europeans and 1.5 million African slaves. That's what it say. And you see what they got that cross. That's where they start. The cross is where they start putting the Christianity on people. That's what happened. That's what this is. This must be
to
a 1700 map, bro. Yep, this is 1700 map.
but they
You go
saying
all the West
African
Indies. They
slaves,
came.
and
They
then
got
but it don't
the
even
cross.
say Africa on Africa. That okay. But now that Negroes and Moors is starting to, it's gonna need some more looking into.
Yep, Negroes and Moors. Dang. And then this Asia says, hold on. It says Samothian. I don't know what that's saying. Siberia, Russia, Europe. Now they changed it to Russia, Europe, independent
Hey,
territories, Chinese.
but look, wait a minute
Yep.
before you go from there. So that say Siberia at the top, but then it says
Mm-hmm.
Tartary for Russia, and then it says Tartary for
Right.
China as well.
And it says all that is Asia. Look,
Duh.
China. Look, it says Persia. Here go Turkey, Tartary. And then it say Chinese, Tartary,
Tartary, they all the same.
Tartary. Yep, Russia over here. Here go Russia up here, right here. Russia, Bariats or something. Asia is supposed to contain from 300 to 500 million of inhabitants. Of 16 millions of square miles, they are generally pagans and Mohornitans. What is that? In a half civilized or barbarous state. What the heck they said? Barbarians. That's what it said. It said they was barbarians. I didn't say it. They said it. I didn't say it. They said it. Borneo, Java, Sumatra. The Asiatic islands contain about 15 millions of inhabitants, natives, Mayans, and Chinese, chiefly pagans and Mohanitans, Caffreys, Moors. No, it's not. I'm sorry. Mohicans with some European Christians. Now, right here in Portuguese, it says Caffreys and Moors, and that's by Madagascar.
Caffres and Moors and Portuguese. S- Mm.
Mm-hmm. And look right here. Hold on. And look, Angola. Angola. It says Negroes and a few Portuguese. A few Portuguese.
So hell, now this map is either finna piss me off or they playing real good trickery. Because when you go back to
Okay, look, let's
America,
check that. Uh-huh.
it say Negro. It don't say Negroes. It say African. But in Africa, it say
Right,
Negro.
right. Didn't I tell bro? What did I say last week? The whole
No.
thing is pushing everything back. Didn't I say? Tell me if I ain't say that they pushing everything back. They taking us and moving us
Hmm.
from China. They could take they took over China and act like that was always theirs, and they know that was our shit because they knew back then it was all Negroes till they came and started mixing the mulattoes there. Then they're pushing the African shit on us, making us think, oh, y'all from over there in the African area in this desert, desolate shit over here in this part of it, when really it was all our shit over there because we had all of the China area and everything else. That's why I keep talking about that to Thankara. People got to really see what's going on with this shit. This is so real and so deep.
But when you okay, so now go back over by the South America on the left and read what they cross, what they Christian or whatever the hell that crap, a Catholic bull crap saying, because it don't even say Negroes or Africans in that right there, right where
Look,
you
it
was
say right
at.
here, Indians and Spaniards up here. 1,800,000. Okay, it says that this is the Tropic of Capricorn. South America is supposed to contain from 10 to 14 millions of inhabitants, of 6 million of square miles, chiefly Indians. Chiefly Indians. It don't just say Indians. This say chiefly Indians, half
Mm,
civilized or barbarous, with some Spaniards and some Portuguese. But it say basically it was the chiefly Indians, so the head Indians basically. All the head Indians was in South America. It says right here. It said Amazonian Indians, Indians African.
now that's in
Look, Indians
Brazil. That
African. But that's South America, Brazil, South America still. And it's saying Indians Africans, right?
yes.
And right here, it say when you go up, you see it says Spaniards and the Indians were here, 2 million. And then down here in the La Plata, Indian and Spaniards again, 2 million there. And right
Okay,
here in
go
Patagonia, Indian. Okay, go right here.
go back up to the top of
Down
South
here,
America. I
right
see
here, right
that
here.
Guinea word. Yeah, yes.
Yep, there you go.
So
Guyana, Guyana,
that was Dutch
South
territory
America.
then, Newfoundland or New
It
Guinea or
say
whatever it
Dutch,
was called.
English, and French. It say Dutch, English, and French. And look right here. Hold on.
Wow.
Look at this right here.
Oh, I
European and
see it.
slaves.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
European
Oh
enslaved the
man.
Caribbean islands, Puerto Rico. And look right here in Saint Domingo, it say Africans, 700,000. North America is supposed to contain 20 million of inhabitants, 6 and 7 million of square miles. Chiefly Indians, I'm sorry, chiefly Americans, Europeans, and Indians. Yeah, babe.
Wow.
See that?
So now
And that's deep.
I'm beginning to rethink this because all of them was coming over and like this say in 1844. So when it go back and say it was 46.5 million, of whom 20 million are white, 10 million of Indians, and 8 million of Negroes.
Mm.
And when you look at your map, it say the
So that's
Negro
all of them.
Moors and all only Negroes it say is in Africa.
Mm-hmm. But here, all this Africa, all over everywhere. Shit, Africa
But
here, South America.
yeah, but you see the difference in the words. Why did it just say
Mm-hmm.
Negro? Because in Africa, it don't say Africans, it say Negro.
Right, right. It say Negroes and a few Europeans. Negroes, and more. Look, let's show it. Let's say it again. Europeans. Hold on. Okay, here it goes. So it says Negroes and Moors. It says Negroes and a few European right here, right? A few European and Negroes. It keeps saying it right here. It says Caffres and Moors and Portuguese. This right here say corrupt Christianity. Look at this shit. I ain't even noticed this before. It say corrupt Christianity.
That's wild.
Oh, Lord, that's wow.
I'm looking up and see. I'm gonna see what cat phrase is.
Mm-hmm. I think that's no. It's for some reason I keep thinking it got something to do with the Moors. It says Barbary look at this Morocco. Barbary inhabited by Moors, Turks, and Arabs.
Oh yeah, you see it say Sudan right there too. You see it?
Yep, Sudan. It says Negroes and Moors. And right
So
here, and look what it says numerous kings and chiefs.
yeah, because that was like the Timbuktu area and all that. So
Mm-hmm.
they saying that Timbuktu was part of Sudan. Now Sudan is more where you see where it says Nubia.
Mm-hmm.
If you just go to the right from where you was, it says Nubia.
Right
It
here.
says E.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now to a little bit to the left of that, if you draw like in that next little box, that's the only part of that's well no, Nubia is Sudan now. Actually, all of that is Sudan,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the Nubian people on here. The people. Okay,
Mm.
so Caffrey just means black people.
That's what I okay. I know I heard that before, but I thought it had something to do with like
Oh,
a
it
certain
actually
type, like
means
either European or
a it
I'm not Europe,
it
Ethiopian or
no, it just says a black African, but you know you got to
hmm.
keep looking into it.
So an African Moor. Because it say African Moor. It say Caffrey's Moor.
Caffrey Moors, the African Moors,
Right?
and Portuguese,
Mm-hmm. Because it's African Moor and it's American.
but it's also the Moroccan Moors. So go back up to Morocco.
Right. Oh, that's how it is. Mm-hmm. Morocco is where? In this area? I'm not sure. I don't remember where I saw that.
Oh, above that
Is that
white desert area,
right here?
still in. I can't
Right
say. Yeah,
here?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Because I don't see it.
Where it's on the
You see it?
corner of Africa. Yeah, it says Morocco,
Oh, okay. I see it now. Yep, by Barbary. Inhabited by
proper
Moors.
inhabited
Okay.
by Moors, Turks, and
Mm-hmm.
Arabs. But it didn't. But you see, it's a difference because it didn't say Caffrey Moors, so they talking about a different Moor. So it was them Moors, and then it's African Moors, and then it was Negroes and Moors. So I don't. Oh wow. Yeah, they
Right.
put a lot of information in on on everything. You
Mm-hmm.
just got to decipher it. But I'm trying to see what do it say in Spain. It just say they was under the Spanish royalty. I mean, under the crown. They was got that cross. Oh, wait a minute. They telling you all the countries that was under the crown.
Mm-hmm. That's
So,
what I was showing you down here. It show you which one and what it was under.
oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute,
Like,
wait a minute. Go back in. Go back in. I mean, zoom back out or whatever. Zoom in.
to right
Go
here.
down to India. That says Hindustan. Hindustan. There you go, right there.
Is that down here?
Move your mouse for me. I can't see your mouse.
Okay.
Okay, so the top right corner.
Okay. Right here. Right here.
Yes, I thought I saw your mouse, but yeah,
Okay.
no,
Let me
no.
see.
Oh, keep going. Yeah. Um, above the box. Yes. Okay, so now go up from there. It says 100 million. C
There you go.
Leone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that
Mm-hmm.
say. So where's your India?
Right here.
Oh, and that go another word.
Right.
What that say? Africans? What? Hindus. What do they say?
Says, hold on.
Aleutians, Hindus, or something.
It said Al Gops. It's a. Hold on. Let me see. It's AFGHANS. 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 Maybe it's supposed Afghans in Hindus
The Afghan Hindus. So they ain't the Afghan people. Wow,
and
that's
Baluchis.
dope.
And this is East Persia. See?
What do that word CABU? What is that? Cabal? CABUL?
No, it says Persia, Cuba.
Yeah, but I see a CABU and then another L after that Persia
It
word.
looks like the L is with it, but for some reason, I don't think the L actually goes with it because this is East Persia is going through there. See, it says East Persia, and then it
Yeah.
says Cuba, and I think the L is on the line for some reason because see how it's going through the line. It's not part of Cuba, but that says Persia and that says Cuba.
Let me see if I can Google and pull up a name to see what that is, because that's interesting too.
Hmm.
CABU.
The Afghans, Hindus. Mm.
The Cabal Hindus is what? The Chabaloons. What does not
Chapaloons. What is
please
that?
Kabul? It's a Hebrew word. Let me see. But no, because they're saying that it's supposed to be close to Israel somewhere. But it's the same spelling as that. CABUL, because the CABU did nothing come up. So is they trying to say the those
But
people might
that
be
I think
Jewish
the L
people?
is on the line, bro. Hold, let me show you what I'm saying. Hold on, let's see. Do I see any other line that have a letter crossing there? No,
Oh,
that is
that
the only
does
one.
say.
So,
Says that does say Kabul. They spell it with a K now. It's the capital of Afghanistan.
okay, so it's Kabul. It's with it is with an L.
Yes.
That's weird. Look how it's crossing through there though. That don't look right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just because they put that East Persia. And then they just made it like go through the words kind of. But that L is a part of that CABU. The Uzbeks, the Kabul, the Kalmucks, Persians, Turkey, Armenia, Arabia, Turkey, Rome, Switzerland is on the map, Tunisia, Tripoli. Uh, they got Egypt so far off the Mediterranean. That's crazy too. Still with me? Might be muted.
Oh wow. I was muted. So yeah, this is
Okay,
wild.
so
I'm trying to make sure we're not missing weird.
okay, I'm gonna let you look at that, and I'm gonna pull this other one back up, and I'm gonna read. Oh, wait a minute, before you go, what you see on France and stuff, Ireland, Scotland, Denmark.
Yeah, you
You know
see
what's crazy? How
all
they
that's
got all
grouped
them
together.
numbers. They know all the population,
Yep.
how many people where. Look at that, Austria, 28 million people
Mm. In that little ass place.
in that little place.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of people. That's why they was moving people out. Shit, they couldn't even live.
Man, no wonder why they could be fighting at home, fighting in America, fighting in South America.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Bunch,
a
they
united
had
it
lots
was
of
a
people.
United Nations that came and took over us.
Everybody came against her together.
Everybody
Remember
from
I read
all
how they was bringing
sides,
all those people from the. Mm-hmm.
from
The
all
Navy was bringing
sides, the
in people by
West, the
the
South.
shipload. Mm-hmm.
That is crazy.
We gotta whoop their ass one way or another.
Man,
That's what they did. Hmm.
I'm gonna read this little part right here. This was after that.
People are
After it said the 20 million whites, the 10 million Indians, 8 million Negroes, 8.5 million of mixed races. And this was supposed to be the count of all the people in America. And so it says the whites are chiefly English in the north and Spaniards in the south, with some French, Portuguese, Germans, Dutch, and etc. The Negroes are Africans and their descendants who were purchased as slaves in their native country and brought hither from time to time. The Aboriginal population consists of two distinct races. The Eskimos inhabited the shores and islands of the Arctic regions, and the copper colored Indians who are spread over the rest of the continent. Bam! You see that?
that's deep. Deep, 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 deep.
Hmm.
Yep. Mm-mm-mm.
But with if we going from what your map just said that the Negroes and Moors was in Africa, and now this is telling you the Negroes are Africans and their descendants who were purchased as slaves, blah blah blah, yeah. But the Aboriginal population consists of two distinct races: the Eskimos inhabiting the shores and islands of the Arctic regions, and the copper colored
Mm,
Indians who are spread over the rest of the continent. Not North America, not
mm.
Canada, not South America, the
Everywhere.
rest of the continent. That is
Mm.
wow.
Deep, 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 deep.
So maybe when that saying all skin folk ain't kinfolk. So maybe all these people arguing and saying that they Moors and black and Negro, maybe they telling the truth.
Right.
Maybe they telling the truth. That don't make them us. This is telling you
Right.
right here. It was 46.5 million. Oh no, people in America in 1844. 20 million are whites. We just seen all them numbers in Europe, so that could be true. 10 million Indians. Well, they showed killed a lot of our relatives taking over, so that
Mm-mm.
could be true. But then they did bring in some people that kind of,
Yep.
no, not no kind of.
Yep.
I'm just sorry. It say 8 million Negroes.
Wow.
That is crazy. And then, just in case, I don't see. That's why you got to keep reading, because see, some people would have got mad right here, and be like, "Oh, this bull crap." Woo,
Mm-hmm.
woo, woo. But this is what they started teaching kids in school. This is the book. Y'all. I know all y'all remember social studies. You never understood why we had to take it,
Yep.
but we did. This is why. I don't remember this in none of my books. But it's telling you all of the whites was the French, the Portuguese, the Germans, the Dutch. The Negroes are Africans and their descendants
Yep.
who
Period.
were purchased as slaves in their country. The Aboriginal population consists of two distinct races: the Eskimos, which we know them people still living up in the cold, making ice holes so they can go fishing, inhabiting the shores and
Phew.
islands of the Arctic regions. Wow, that's where we find them, right?
Yep.
But wait, who who is this next line talking
Mm-mm.
about though? Because that don't say the
Let's
red
see.
Indians, that don't say the mixed Indians, that don't say Oriental Indians, Mexican Indians. When I see copper color, only thing I can think about is a penny. And the copper color Indians who are spread over the rest of the continent. So how can they argue that if that's in their own? That's what you was teaching your kids.
Exactly. How? You can't. That's the fact. Period.
You can't. America is called the Western continent because it lies to the westward of Europe and the New World from its recent discovery. It was known to European nations. I'm sorry, yeah, let me say that right. It was unknown to European nations until the year 1492. Lies, because the Norwegian, the Vikings was already coming, trading. It was it was at that time discovered by Christopher Columbus, a native of Genoa in Italy, who was the most skillful navigator of his age. Now, wait a minute. He was Christopher Columbus, a native of Genoa, Italy, who was the skillful navigator of his age.
Mm.
He was an Italian
Christopher.
on a Spanish boat.
Mm.
You know what all this sound like to me? All of them was just that Roman
Liar. No.
Empire.
Yep. Liars. No, just liar.
Yeah, because so now
Making
I,
up a
I'm gonna
story
I'm
and
gonna
make.
I'm gonna get some information together on all the countries of the Roman Empire into that Holy Roman Empire, which I know didn't dissolve until the 1800s.
Mhm.
And did they dissolve from out of Europe in the 1800s because hell they was in America?
Wait, say that again, bro.
So the Holy Roman we know that the Roman Empire was all over Europe. We know
Hmm.
that the Holy Roman Empire, which is the first German Reich, was in control up until the 1800s. And what I'm saying is, then all of a sudden, you just get all those European countries, Germany, Austria, all of them got their own separate countries. But the Roman, the Holy Roman Empire was dissolved. And I'm saying, was they dissolved because they was all in America by then?
Right. Because they had shipped everybody here.
Yeah. And the reason why I say that is because when you go back up here, look at the people who they say French, Portuguese, Germans, Dutch, etc. Well, we know we got to add the British because they had 13 colonies. So we know Russia was on the West Coast. So that's another country. So now what I want you to do, sis, is I'm finna go back. I'm finna put your map back up, and then I want you to put go to the Europe area.
Okay, let's see. Am I sharing? Oh, no, let me do a share. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. All right.
And I apologize to you guys in the chat. It's kind of hard for me. This is my first time, so trying to look at the chat and find the stuff I'm doing. But I hope you're getting something out of this, Queen Dee Dee. You sticking around. I really appreciate it. Much love and respect to you.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah, we
now,
got to do some, definitely some more research on this particular part, bro, and come back with a strong part three because this part is going to take some good digging into because there's some good info right here.
yes, when we come back the next time, I'm gonna be ready with the maps and stuff. I got them all, but I thought it would be easy just to pull it back up. I'm still trying to figure out this Google Books as well because the last time we did it, I downloaded the PDF and it took so long navigating through it. But this time I'm just doing it actually from Google Books. But for some reason, it wouldn't let me put like go to the table of contents and stuff, so I can go to the different maps and all of
Right.
that. But don't worry, we gonna get this right. But Sister Soul came through with a map that's even better because this giving you the number of people that was in them countries. I mean, that this map is dope. But what I was trying to get you to see is
Mhm.
they said the French, which is France. So
Mhm.
you see where it say Europe and it's light is Poland. I'm moving my mouse like you can see it, but um it's right
Right.
next to
Okay.
the
Hold on.
word.
Hold on. And we got.
If you look at
Okay. So you said
ocean,
right here where it's saying Poland, right here.
yeah. So Poland, Austria, and right next to
Am
it
I
is
zooming into
France.
that?
Yeah, no, that's perfect
Okay.
right there. That's perfect. So
Mhm.
there's your Portugal, there's your
Okay.
Spain, your Rome, your Turkey, your Austria, your Poland, your Prussia, your Germany, your Netherlands, France, England, Ireland,
Italy,
Scotland, Sweden, Denmark,
sure.
and Russia. And you see how Poland go
Yep.
all the way. They ain't had that much area. So I'm not sure if the Polish might be part of the Russian people. I
Right.
know they was fighting over that area and stuff. So, but this is crazy. But so now, if they was all united and then they came and attacked us from all sides, from the north, starting in Canada, from well, let's just say Greenway, all through Canada down into the United States, and then these bottom states, Portugal, Spain, and all them went through the South America and the islands. I mean, I'm looking at 29 million, 28 million, 36 million, 4 million, 1 million, 2 million, 6 million, another 3.8 million in Portugal, another 10 million in Spain.
Mm, that's a
That's a
lot of
lot
people.
of people. 8 million in the top of Turkey, 10 million in the bottom of Turkey. And what they don't have is the how many Russians in that Tartaria area. And we we can't forget that so if China was part of Tartaria too, then they was a part of that West Coast takeover as well.
Yep, they all was.
They all was a united nation front came and told us a
Hmm.
new one.
Yep, came together with their little nothing ass and said, "Ooh, they got all that good stuff. We ain't got shit over here. Look at this little ass shit compared to even one part of over here. Look at all of they combined to this. Look at that. So you already know somebody came and seen all this was like, oh no, we need parts of that. We need
And just
parts of
think about it.
that.
If they came with guns from both sides, we didn't stand a chance.
Period.
They got
Period.
cannons, boats.
I don't
That
believe that cannon
wow.
story, brother. That's one thing I don't believe. I can't believe that cannon gonna go farther than 5 feet. Shit, how the hell that big heavy ass ball gonna go? I don't give a damn how much. I mean, I'm just saying, bro. That's kind of too much for me to believe. I don't care what nobody say. That's just the story. That's just look. That's just my opinion now. But that's
Yeah,
only me.
I've never seen one fired. I've only saw them, and they're always models, but they all around the country. Mostly on every military base is one. But yeah, but I've never seen the live one, so that I don't know. But I know
Okay.
they was putting them on the supposedly on them European boats and stuff.
Right.
Because I read a lot
And
about
a
that.
stick of dynamite go shoot that big heavy ass ball out that thing way across the water to a whole damn bro. And then just can you answer me this, right? Just one question, right? Once it shoots the ball, right? What happens? I mean, what is it blowing up? What is a metal ball gonna blow up?
Well, I mean,
It's just like a
I
large
only can see
bullet.
it do it. I only can see it doing damage to buildings or something, or like if it's on on the ship, then you hit that moving ball into some wood, then you're knocking that ship out. But other than that,
Exactly.
yeah.
What's the purpose? I'm just saying all this. I don't know.
Okay, so just put it like this. Let's just say that the canon stories is real, and we
Okay.
had all this building and stuff up over here, and they came because to take over a country, you only got to kill a few people to get until the rest of the people fall in line. So
Right.
now they got them cannons and they get to destroying stuff. And we looking and we see them destroy, let's just say one of the Mississippi Mound. And if it was buildings up on top of them, they got to destroying the buildings. We looking like, what the hell is they shooting? Like
Right. That's true.
because they had to have some powerful stuff to destroy stuff.
Right.
So
So okay, but if they're shooting them,
yes,
and
copper
it's
tone, destroying forts and possible villages.
so if they're shooting and destroying the villages and stuff, right? They can only destroy the things that are around the water banks, all of the areas that are near water. What about all the rest of the area?
Mm. I
I
mean,
mean, you
but
know what I'm saying? How far is the ball gonna go? Let's say, like you say, let's just go with that. It worked, but how far can that ball shoot to destroy stuff? Like, what they gonna take the ship and put it on wheels and roll it through the cities? I'm just wondering how they did it.
yeah, so okay, so I'm just thinking, let's say they hit the Gulf of Mexico and then they hit the Mississippi River. Now all the records say that the towns was built up on bluffs overlooking the river. So if they had them cannons on the ships, all they had to do was go down the Mississippi River shooting, boom, boom, boom. We don't know what the heck, like what.
Oh, right, right, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're right about that.
And all the lakes and rivers, that's the one thing that was special about America. That the reason why they liked America over Africa is because the rivers and stuff were all navigable.
Right. Everything you could just go through here, 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 home. Right, right, right.
Hmm. What
Oh, you drop the link. Look at
okay,
the bottom. It says
the
I forget what
invite
it says, but I'm not sharing it. It's just yeah,
copy.
invite. Thank you,
Okay.
bro. Everything. I seen it but couldn't even pull the word out my mouth. Just in case
Any
I
and
gotta
everybody welcome to come up. Let's chop it up.
don't wanna come on, y'all. Let's get it because I'm getting some thoughts. But I know the matriarch is live too, bro. So that's probably another
Oh
reason
yeah. So
they
yeah,
talk
we'll
about
open it
you.
up for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Trying
we
to
just getting this clinic going. This was just a pre-grand opening. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get the feel for everything. I really appreciate you,
shout
Sister
out to the
Soul.
free clinic. You already know, bro. Free clinic
It'll
today
help
in
us.
review.
Yeah, it's a little free clinic. That's all. That's
You know.
all. We wo- we working on the brain. Just giving you something to think about. Every words are everything, and you have to pay attention to the words that they're putting because they know what they was meaning. Even though we reading it at a different time here in 2022. But hey, the meanings don't change. They knew what they was writing. They just didn't think they probably didn't ever think we was gonna get our hands on these books because
Facts.
I'm a history major
Look,
and
what
I
they
know.
say, brother. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you
Uh,
off. My bad.
oh no, no, you fine, sis.
You're
Go
a
ahead.
history major. That's
Oh yeah, I was just saying I'm a
no.
history
Go ahead.
major and I've never seen a lot of these maps, none of these stories, nothing like this. So
Hmm. In
when you
history.
start putting the two and two together and sharing screens and seeing different, putting it together, and that's what we got to keep doing with this. We got to keep going back. We got to go back through this timeline because I know what brought me on this journey, sis, was that I know war never stopped in Europe. So how could they be fighting each other? The French fighting the British fighting the Germans fighting the Russians, the Polish is fighting, everybody fighting, but at the same time they got ships going around the world colonizing.
Hmm.
Like, so it's just stuff
Y'all
what
doing
stuff is
all of this.
yes. And even during this time in 1844, Europe was is still fighting over there.
Hmm, hmm.
And they keep fighting. That's where supposedly. But even though I'm with everybody else with, what we thinking is the war somewhere else. That was them. That was just them tearing us a new one over here as well.
Right.
Yes.
But I
So
was
we
just
go.
I was just gonna say, bro, you know what when you was saying something about the books, I was just thinking in my head, they love to say, yeah, niggas ain't reading. You wanna hide something, put it in the book.
Put it
This
in
and
the
that.
book.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like putting it in your face, like, hey, you better go look there.
I mean, if you think about it, from what they tell us, we wasn't allowed to read, or which uh, I find that hard to believe because people was in
But how was that
college.
when we were doing this and that? And come on, it talks about how. Come on now, they store everything they say is a contradictory. Every time they open their damn mouth about anything that we did or was accomplished, it was a contradictory to something that's actually been proven. So it's just like it gets annoying, for them sometimes with this and wanting us to just believe it because they say it, or the certain people believe, or you know what I mean. You got to go on the
Yes.
facts. Like, come on now,
So I'm
facts
gonna
over
I'm gonna
matter.
show my screen again so you can kind of remember where we leaving off,
Okay.
so we can get ready. When we get ready to do part three, we still in America, but this just now this going from Christopher Columbus into John Cabot. I see, like, I've never heard of this person. I don't know who John Cabot is. As much as I've been studying, I knew
I,
it went from
I've heard of
Columbus
John
to
Cabot,
American
but I really
Vespacius.
watched. He
Okay,
may
but
have
it
been one of
says
his
in
soldiers. I'm sorry, brother. He may have been one of his like one of his generals or not generals, like one of the people that worked
I
with
don't
him
know
or
because
something.
th- yeah, they coming from
Under
Spain though, and
supposedly
he coming from England.
somebody
So
that
it's
was
saying,
sent, somebody that
yeah,
was sent to make sure he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Because when the queen or whatever, they if they having somebody that they supposed to be looking into or whatever, they gonna probably want to make sure that somebody's looking to
oh,
see what that person doing. Watching over and
mhm,
make sure they handling business correctly, or especially if the queen was funding it, remember? So she was supposed to be funding the stuff, right?
yes. Well,
So
I'm
she
gonna, I'm gonna
make sure
read
her
this
investment.
one little part, and then we can end off on there. My
Okay.
grandmother told me that story. In 1497, John Cabot and his son Sebastian, natives of Venice, so what's that, Italy as well, in his
Yep.
service of
Venice.
Henry the Seventh of England. So Christopher Columbus off of Spain, king and queen. A year later, John Cabot off of the English king. He leaves and discovers North America and explored the coast from Newfoundland to Florida. But
Mm.
then 2 years later, America's Vespacius, he sails to South America and the whole continent gets named after him.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Wow. Just because of that. Look, you did what with your imaginary ass?
Yeah, because he didn't find nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Mm.
It say he visited South America, so somebody else was already there.
Exactly. He was a damn
It
visitor.
say,
Shit out of hell. You, you claiming some you was a visitor
and
of.
he
Lord,
and
let
he
me go
get
to
the
somebody's
whole
house and just
continent
start saying,
name.
I want it. Hey,
Now
I like
John
this house,
Cat,
girl. You got to move out now. Shit, that's how that works.
but you see what I be saying about the play on words, because John
Mm-hmm.
Cabot discovered North America. America Vespacious visited South America. So
Oh
what was
my
he on
God.
vacation?
He was on a vacation. Then he came to visit. Hey, come out here. I found this place to just chill. It's like the Hamptons, bro. Oh, sure, I'll come through. Oh, that's how y'all. That's how y'all did it.
Hey Didi, where
That's
was
what they
where
did.
was they land burned at?
Mm. This map, this thing shows like. Let me see. I don't know. This is just too much for me. Production, world production. I'm trying to find. I'm mad I can't find this other map. That was a. I found that map. Remember, I was just trying to find something, but that wasn't the map I was looking for. I still was looking, so I'm sorry if I was like a little distracted.
No, you good. Hey, look at this next statement. It was
Okay.
first supposed that America was part of the eastern continent. The islands first discovered received therefore the name of the West Indies, and the inhabitants that of Indians, which was afterwards extended to the natives of the whole country.
Native of the whole effing what? What is what
Oh,
page is that, bro? We gotta remember that page because we're gonna go back to that
yeah.
page.
We're gonna come back to
It
this
said
one.
what? Yeah, we gotta go back to
Page
that page. Mark that page.
uh I don't that's what I've been looking for. Haven't seen a place
It was showing the pages earlier.
where I can no, I'm saying where I can like set a thumbnail to continue reading or something. I haven't
Mm.
figured that out in up in
Oh, have ask Didi if she'll mark it in the chat, whatever time this is right here.
Okay. Hey, oh, in Tampa. Oh,
What it say
yeah.
about Tampa?
The reason why I asked Queen Didi is because I'm that's another study that I'm working on as well. All the great fires around America. Not, I mean, we all know
Oh, yeah,
Tulsa,
okay, we
but
do that.
it's a bunch more. New York, Chicago. You're saying
Yeah,
Tampa,
Chicago.
so uh, yeah. Okay, so
See,
let's say we on page 83, so I'm gonna go with it, and then
okay.
here,
83. Yeah, that
we'll
was
just stick
read
there.
that. Read that one more time, real quick.
Okay.
That part.
So it was first supposed that America was part of the eastern continent. The islands first discovered received therefore the name of the West Indies, and the inhabitants that of Indians, which was afterwards extended to the natives of the whole country. Ooh.
Mm. To the whole country.
Much controversy has taken place on the origin of the inhabitants of the New World. They were found in various stages of society, from the lowest savage state to that of a half civilized people. The conclusion is that they immigrated from the eastern continent and that they reached America from the nearest points of the northwestern Europe and wait, let
So
me
they
go
try to
back.
say we
They
came from Europe. What
The
is that? What?
conclusion is that they immigrated from the eastern continent and that they reached America from the nearest points of northwestern Europe and northeastern Asia, but at what period is entirely unknown. So they're trying to say that the people in the islands immigrated from the continent, from America, and that they reached America from the
Mm-hmm.
nearest points of northwestern Europe. Oh, see, now why would they say
That's the
that?
Columbus. Is that the
So
Columbus story? That's what it sounds like.
no, 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 no. So yeah, we're gonna have to definitely start back right here. But what it's
Okay.
talking about is these West Indies and the inhabitants of the Indians. So they were saying that they first thought America was a part of the Eastern continent. So then it say that the conclusion is that they, talking about the West Indians, immigrated from the eastern continent, which would be America, and that they reached America from the nearest points of northwestern Europe and northeastern Asia, but at what period is entirely unknown. So I don't know if they saying that Ireland, Switzerland, I mean Scottish and all that, because that's the northern western tips of Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So on that note, this is where we end it because we're gonna bring this back up and start right here for part
Yeah.
3. I would like to thank
Yeah.
everybody in the chat, Queen Dee, Tenfold Media, Capitone. I really appreciate y'all coming through. I hope it wasn't too bad for you guys. I really appreciate Sister Soul for coming out and hanging with your boy. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, brother.
If you
Thanks
got
for
any
having me
final
up.
words, sister? Okay.
Yes, bro. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me up. It was awesome. We got some good little stuff, and I definitely can't wait till we do part 3 on that because that's gonna be good.
Yes. I can't wait, but we'll be in touch. You know how we do. And
All
for the
right.
rest of y'all, stay
Peace and love.
blessed. Peace and love. The Ghetto Clinic is closing for the night.
Good night, chat.
Thank you guys again.